Hello everybody, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. If you don't know by now, it's, in my opinion, the best place on the internet for clinical trial information, whether you work in the industry, you're a clinical research coordinator, CRA, PI, perhaps someone who owns their own clinic. You've come to the right place. Today I'm going to talk to you, this is going to be a quick video. Usually I do the long podcasts where I do the weekly kind of wrap-up summary of everyone's questions that they may have sent me. And by the way, you can send me your questions at dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com. That's dan@theclinicaltrialsguru.com. And you can send them anonymously, so you don't have to worry about people finding out what kind of questions you have or anything like that. Send them anonymously. If you do want me to mention you in the video, just mention that, but by default you will be kept anonymous. So anyways, today's video actually comes from some advice I got from a CRA the other day. And actually this person is more than a CRA. He was someone who was a project manager at one point working for a pharmaceutical company, and he was in charge of finding sites for all their trials that they were doing. And this was a big drug company. It still is. He's just not in that position anymore. He's close to retiring. So anyways, what he told me, we started talking about different studies and how my role at my clinics is to get studies. So he was telling me that sponsors really look at retention. That means out of all the study participants that you enroll, how many actually finish the study? That's one of the biggest things that sponsors over the recent years have started to look at, is not necessarily how many people you screen or how many people you randomize into the study, but how many people actually complete the study. Because according to him, and what he told me, was if someone doesn't complete the study, the data, he said it's useless. I don't think it's useless. I think he was just exaggerating a little bit, but it's definitely not as valuable as someone who completes the study. So let's say a study has 20 visits and someone finishes 5 of the visits and then decides to withdraw from the study, as opposed to someone else who completes their 20 visits and completes the study. So obviously the data from the study participant who completed the study is more valuable than the person who only had 5 visits, although I still think there's a lot of value in that visit, but that's a topic for another day. So anyways, just a quick reminder to all your research clinics out there, the ones trying to get studies, the ones trying to pitch yourselves to the sponsors, start keeping stats, start keeping track of all your numbers, not just screenings and randomizations and screen fail rates, but also completion rates, how many people completed. And when you're looking for study participants to fill your trials, I know it's very tempting to just let anyone in because you need the numbers, you need your numbers up. But actually the sponsors prefer that you find the study participants who are more likely to finish the study rather than the ones who are a little flaky and will withdraw early. So just something to think about. I'm a numbers guy. I'm always thinking quantity over quality. I would always argue that. But in the case of drug companies, they really are looking for those study participants that are quality, the ones that finish. So, and that's not to say I don't believe in quality either, but if I had to choose one or the other, I'm naturally more inclined to be quantity. I try to get numbers. I try to get attention. I just try to move numbers. And what the drug companies really are looking at, especially for repeat business, and just like any other business, clinical research is a repeat business. So if you do well in one trial, you're probably going to get more studies from that sponsor. And for a lot of your research clinics that are just starting out or just starting to work with a particular sponsor, start keeping that in the back of your minds, all right? Get the study participants who you think are going to finish the study, who the PI thinks are going to finish the study. Not necessarily the flaky ones. And you know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that you're on the fence about, you better be pretty careful with them. And it's not the end of the world if they withdraw early. It's their right to do so. But from an overall viewpoint, when the sponsor looks at all your numbers and all the site's numbers, are your patients completing the study at a rate that is at least comparable to the other good clinics that they use? Or are you just having a lot of screen fillers and a lot of early termination visits? Let me know your thoughts on this. I want to give a shout out to my Clinical Trial Guru producers. It's South Coast Clinical Trials, Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, PT&R, Erdhart Clinical Research, Tradestone LLC, Breakthrough Clinical Trials, Kulkarni Law Firm, Biopharm Systems, Zymewire, Mozio, St. Paul Medical Research Center, Investigator Research Group, LLC, and Phlebotomy Services. And thank you guys for watching. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you.